So hey YouTube, yeah, we went to Foreigner last night. Had a really great time. They're a great concert, and they have definitely not gotten any older. They had a lot of energy, and we had a great room here, nice room, a nice view of the parking lot there. But you know, it is what it is. We didn't got the second floor instead of the fourth floor, but it's a nice corner room, so we were good to go. And while we were in Grand Junction, we went to Goodwill and a yard sale, so I'll show you what we picked up there.
At Griswold. Couldn't believe it. I turned it over and I saw Griswold. And it was only $11 for a Griswold pan, so wasn't going to pass that up. And I recognize these round holes like the Koreans and the Asians make those little balls and they spin them in there. But this is actually for a Danish style pastry that's round too. And so it's a specialized pan, number 32, pretty old one, worth $100, right around $90. So I'm gonna ask 90 for it and take a best offer if it does get there. But so I picked up a pretty good lot of children's books at the yard sale in Grand Junction, and I paid $40 for everything. And I'll show you what I got. This is a fairly common set, and the condition is kind of killing some of these. So these are, I'm going to list these as a lot for $10. This is a good one here, but his condition is not so great. So $10 for those. And then another $10 here. We got these, have this little educationally sound that makes them a little more valuable. And this one here is probably the most valuable. Could almost get $10 by itself for there. I'm gonna lot these together for $10. This Noah's Ark, or these two Junior Elf books. They're not real uncommon, but they do sell, and these are pretty good condition. So I'm gonna lot these two together for $10. Then we got. These are a Little Big Book by Whitman. They're kind of like a library of books. And these two together, I will allot for $15 because this Popeye is fairly valuable. He's kind of beat up a little bit, but good condition, and they got great lithographs inside, so that'll sell. And then these two these are called Golden Star Libraries, and these are part of the little Golden Press book series and stuff. These are pretty rare, this series, this Golden Star Library. So these two here, I'm going to ask $30 for this Pinocchio one and Adventures of Little Tiger. And this one is in excellent condition, and this one is in okay condition. It's got a little bit of the plastic starting to peel off, but it's solid, and the binding is good and solid. So interior is clean. Then we have these two books, which are little Junior Elf books. These are a little more valuable than the other two Junior Elf books I found. And these two, these are both 1950s, and they go for around $15 a piece. So I'm going to ask $30 for the set, for the two of these. Lot them up as a pair. And I'm just putting them in the plastic bags here so I can separate them for the video. This next one here is pretty rare, and it is in great condition for an old children's book. I think this is 1965, 66. It's got Kim written there, but that's the only problem with it, really. And so this book here is worth about $30. And then this is probably the most valuable, or it is the most valuable. And this is the first printing of the second edition of this book, and the first edition is worth, up there, $100 or so. So this one, in the condition it is in, which is pretty good, I'd say very good for this children's book of age. It's got owner's name in pencil in there, but that doesn't hurt the value too bad. And then it's real clean inside, and it's 1932. It's got the full number line. So first print of the second edition. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably ask $50 for this with the best offer. Hoping to get at least 30, but I would expect to get 40 out of this. So $40. So this pays for all the books I bought, which is nice. And then I got, I always pick up these pop-up. Anytime I see these pop-up books, I pick them up if they're in good condition. And this one is in very good condition. And it was $20 new, so I'll probably list it for $20, $25. These actually go up in value as they get older. And this is early 1991. So this is vintage. So yeah, that was a pretty good pickup there. And at that same, with that $40, I also got these Dinosaurs, and these guys are pretty old. They're 1980. These are 86. So I'm going to sell this pair here I'm going to ask $20 for that pair. And then this one is a different company, and I'm going to ask $15 for him. And I still don't know what this one is. It's got a Brontosaurus logo. He's kind of dirty, needs cleaned up, so I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of him. Also at that $40 yard sale, I picked up these Hardy Boys series books. There's 15 of them here. They're not as valuable as the last time I sold some, which has been quite a while. So I was thinking these were probably the big money. Fortunately, there was quite a bit of money in the little books. But this here, I'll probably ask $40 for these 15, and probably have a best offer because I think they'll sell right around 30 or so. So picked up this bunch of Christmas ephemera, which I'll lot up here, and I think I'll get $30 out of this Christmas ephemera, all of it together, because some of it's pretty cool and old, and there's some stickers in here and stuff. So anyways, that's not a bad haul. Yeah, I picked up this owl at an estate sale the day before we went to the concert, and paid $7.50 for it, and I think I'll list it for $119.95 because it's sort of an unusual one. We'll see. I'll put the comp up for what I listed for, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, anytime you see these old mid-century modern lamps, they got the open back like that. You can kind of tell they're old because they got the old socket in there. And this has even got, it is signed on this one. So yeah, pretty cool piece there. So that was one of the highlights for sure. This here little creamer syrup jar is quite rare. It's made by a company that makes hotelware in England. It's called Churchill, and their stuff is very expensive and very only made for the finest establishments. And this was made for the Yates Wine Lodge, and so this is pretty rare. There's no comps for this, so I'm going to ask $60 for that and see where it goes, because it's just Yates Wine Lodge is a historical place and it still exists, but they've changed hands, and this would have been made around the 80s, in the 80s or so, this little jug. So pretty good find there. I think I paid maybe $1 or $2 for it. I can't remember exactly what I paid, but it wasn't much. And then this cat jug I thought was just hilarious, and it was a good piece of pottery. Picked it up at Salvation Army for $2.99, and it turns out it's made here in Colorado in a town called Salida, and so there's one listed on eBay right now. I think they're asking for about $30, so I'm going to ask the same.